Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Life Stories. My name is Trent and I hope you guys are all doing awesome as always. Today's episode, we got some stories coming at you from Reddit/entitledparents. So without further ado, let's get it started. Our first story of the day is titled, EM Tries to Get Me Fired from a Place I Don't Work. This is kind of an old story, but I still think about it from time to time. I was about 17 at the time a friend of mine, Mark, was helping to cater to some renewal of vows thing. For whatever reason, the catering service just could not find people to work this. Mark was worried that he was going to have to do it all on his own. He was only 16 at the time and had just started working this really stressful job. Well, Mark and my sister, Janice, were best friends, so Mark hit her up and asked if we'd be willing to help him out. Neither of us had any idea what we were doing, but he seemed stressed, so we agreed. We showed up wearing nice enough clothing and got a fast rundown of how it was going to work. It seemed simple enough, but we realized pretty quickly that there was tension in the air. The little hour-long gig they had been hired for was not little at all. There were way more people than the caterers had been notified of, and there was not enough food. Not only that, but the caterers had only been hired to prepare the food and switch it out whenever the buffet dishes were getting empty. The caterers were not aware that they would be responsible for collecting and cleaning all the dishes when they were done. Part of the reason Mark asked my sister and I to help was because he wanted to make the night easy. Now, we were barely able to keep up. Janice was giving out wine, Mark was switching out food trays, and I got the unfortunate job of collecting all the dishes. Because Mark and Janice were pretty busy with guests, I wound up dealing with the angry guests. One of these was an entitled mom that made it her mission to ruin my night. My memory is pretty fuzzy here, but it went a little something like this. "Excuse me, there's no mac and cheese left for my boys." "They might have run out," I said. "What? How can that be? Who the heck takes all the mac and cheese before kids can get any? Don't you have any more?" "No, afraid not." "Then make more." Now, I didn't technically work for this catering company, but I did know that they made most everything from scratch. The mac and cheese wasn't just a few boxes of Kraft tossed in a pot. I didn't want to make the bride and groom look bad by saying that they didn't order enough food, so I kinda just shrugged and said, "It's not that simple. Sorry." I started walking away with my big cart of dirty dishes. I was trying to clear off all of the dinner plates before dessert was served, but the EM grabbed the front of my cart to stop me. "Where's your boss? I've had it with your unprofessional behavior." Most people who know me know I have a very short fuse. I normally try to stay out of conflict because of it. "Ma'am, I'm volunteering my time to help the catering company with this gig. You can try to get me in trouble or whatever, but it doesn't really matter to me." She did one of those pearl-clutching, offended-style gasps, and I, again, tried to move my cart past her. Well, since she couldn't stop me, she decided to try and push my cart over. You know, the one filled with several porcelain and glass dishes. I don't know how, but by the grace of God, I was able to jump around the cart and grab the falling side. A few dishes slipped past me and broke on the ground, but ultimately I had saved the majority. My heart was pounding in my ears, but this entitled mom just kept yelling about how her sweet son was going to starve because we didn't have any freaking mac and cheese. I was mortified when I looked around and saw how much attention we had drawn. Eventually, the bride made her way over, and instead of listening to what I had to say, berated me further. Apparently, entitled mom was her sister. Mark and Janice weren't having much luck keeping the peace either, and after the bride was finished yelling, Mark pulled me aside and informed me that we had been catering this event for 3 hours, which was way longer than we had been hired for. He decided to call his boss, who was pissed, and told us to get the heck out of there. We dropped everything and decided to leave at this point. The bride chased us down and threatened to withhold payment, but Mark pretty much told her to pound sand. In the end, the catering company got their money from a mortified groom, and my sister and I were both given $20 for our patience. Last I heard, the bride and groom had gotten a divorce. Good for him. And I say, good on the groom. Hopefully he had enough foresight to realize that he was marrying a woman that was willing to cause a stink over mac and cheese. I mean, not like I'm super passionate about mac and cheese or anything. Anyway, moving along, our next story is titled, EM and EK puts everyone in danger for a video. Hiya, so this happened exactly 5 hours ago from the time of this post. This was while we were on a hiking trip in my country. Usually, the moral of the story comes at the end, but this is genuinely important, so I will say it in the beginning. Always follow instructions on a hike, especially when crossing difficult terrain. For background, hikes are usually divided into tiers based on a person's endurance, speed, and capabilities. However, this hike had one level due to a shortage in people and guides. So, my best friend and I were asked to assist given we were regulars and advanced hikers. Now, we were walking quite a distance on a narrow path that forced everyone into a single line. The path is dirt and leaves with rocks scattered, and it was generally downwards, with scattered streams of water making certain sections of the trail muddy and slippery. Not a big issue for most of us, but we had two unruly new people with us, EM and EK. They complained about the mud, plants, insects, and just about everything. We were tolerant, but that changed pretty quick. We reached a rather flimsy spot where the dirt is very slippery. Slipping and going off would not kill you, but it'd be a painful trip to the OR for sure. So me, my best friend, and the guide situated ourselves at the beginning, middle, and end of the drop, respectively, to help people step across, mostly allowing them to stand on our feet or footholds we made with our feet. On to the story. Our cast is Entitled Mom, Entitled Kid, Guide, Best Friend, Girl Hiker 1, Girl Hiker 2, and me. The story starts off with me. Okay, Girl Hiker 1, stand on my right foot and then grab my best friend's hand. Best Friend and Guide give similar instructions, and we were in a position where Entitled Kid is next, I'm supporting Girl Hiker 2, Girl Hiker 1 is with the guide, while Guy Hiker was helping them. Entitled Kid says, "Mom, take a video of me doing this. I'll sprint across." "No, you won't," I said. You'll stand on my right foot and reach to Best Friend and take his hand. Entitled Mom chimes in. "You cannot tell my kid what to do. Go on, Chief," translated from my native language. It's a term that's similar to man of men, or that he is the strong man. "No, man, if you do this and he slips, we will all be in danger, and I might not even be able to catch him. Get the hell back." Entitled Kid runs a bit upwards and away from my reach, and within his third step, he loses his footing and slips. He's now between me and my best friend. While slipping, he grabs Girl Hiker 2's leg, pulling her down. My best friend grabs her arm, and I grab her second one. "You idiot," I said. Entitled Mom yells, "My baby! You bastards better not let my baby get hurt! Pull him up!" My best friend turns to her. "You idiot! He caused this!" "You swine! My baby is more important than all of you! Get him back to me!" My friend is a devout Muslim, and the swine insult seemed targeted at that, as it's a completely uncommon insult. "Shut the hell up, you entitled loser! Girl Hiker 2, you okay?" It sounds more insulting in my language, by the way. "I'm okay, but he's holding onto my leg and kicking, and I can't get a foothold." By now, the entire group is looking in horror, and the mother is screaming like a banshee, while the guide grabbed a rope and tossed it to the kid. Kid would not let go of the girl's leg, forcing me and best friend to start losing our footholds. "Oh, you idiot! Grab the rope or we'll all go down," best friend said. "Don't you dare scream at him. This is all your fault. You and this trail. Only a swine like you is the idiot." I turned to her. "Will you shut the hell up already?" "Girl Hiker 2, I need to grab you by the shirt. Is that okay?" "Yes, just get me out of here." I reached down and grabbed her by the shirt and undershirt, and pulled her up enough for my best friend to grab her bag and pull up with me. We felt the dirt beneath us giving away. The dirt was slipping into the kid's eyes as it was tumbling down onto him. He began to flail and scream, causing the mother to start screaming as well. "Don't worry, baby. Hold on. You idiots are hurting him." "Can you put a lid on it, god damn it?" I said. "How dare a piece of garbage like you and the swine next to you, my best friend, talk to me and my baby like that?" The guide had moved himself a bit below my friend and I and had a strong foothold. The moment we pulled back up enough, he grabbed the entitled kid and pulled him off, allowing us to pull the girl hiker 2 out and back onto my best friend. I lost a lot of my footing and had to dig my hands into the dirt and spider move myself onto a different position. The outcome. The entitled mom ran to the kid to check on him while cursing at all of us, calling us idiots and irresponsible. She kept threatening to sue, calling my friends swine and other explicit words. Now, what she forgot and did not account for is that both me and my best friend's mom are with us, and they saw all of this go down. Best friend's sister even recorded everything. On to the surprise cast, Mom and best friend's mom. Mom says, "Our kids saved your spoiled brats behind, so one more word out of you and it will..." Best friend's mom shoves entitled mom into a tree trunk. "How dare you call my kid swine after he saved your kid's life, you racist, entitled loser. I have half a mind to throw you off this ledge. Pieces of garbage like you are what the problem is in this country. Say one more word about my kid. I dare you." Entitled mom and entitled kid visibly shrank as the entire group gathered around them, yelling and blaming her and the kid for what they did. Me and my best friend got to cleaning our boots and clothing from the dirt that slipped in. We brushed it off and continued the trail. Hiker Girl 2 stuck around my best friend. They joked and he got her number as well. EM and EK were noticeably silent, and the guide issued them a ban from our group and other groups we usually collaborate with. And that's the end of that story, and I sure hope they get banned. Last thing you want is a mudslide of people. God knows how many broken bones would come out of that. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank all of you, as usual, for tuning in to today's episode of Life Stories. My name is Trent, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Reddit content coming your way, and I hope to see you guys soon.